Assist. Darren Williams with the strip. Dwight Howard with 11 points. Oh, Darren Williams!
So the NBA All-Star Game's coming up pretty soon. 8th of March, I believe, is the date where it's meant to be taking place. Sort of what I want to sort of do today is go through my mid-season predictions for all the NBA awards and also the All-Star MVP. Although I could try to predict the All-Star events like the three-point contest and dunk contest. However, the participants haven't actually been fully announced. So I'll probably do like maybe a video just like a couple days before the All-Star game talking about that and make my predictions for that as well. But yeah, I will start off with the All-Star MVP. It is being changed to the Kobe Bryant Award. Kawhi Leonard won it last year. I just want to start off with saying I really do like this All-Star style with the 24 points, 4 different quarters, sort of street style. But I do have Julius Randle as my prediction for the All-Star MVP. Just because he's a first-time MVP, I think he has a lot to prove. I think he's going to go out there with a lot of intensity. You'll see players like LeBron and Steph and Kevin Durant sort of mucking around, which is sort of what the All-Star Game's about. Obviously, that's the exception of the last quarter, where typically we saw last year where all the stars actually really switched on and they played really well. But I do expect Julius Randle to come out with that. It is a bit of a bold prediction, but I just have a bit of a feeling that he's got a lot to prove, being from the Knicks as well. But yeah, so we'll just jump straight into the NBA award predictions. We'll start off with Rookie of the Year. I've got LaMelo Ball. He's been playing really great. I think he's only started I want to say 9 times for the Hornets, and he's been playing phenomenally. A lot of teams would actually love to use him, and that's a great sign from a rookie. But yeah, he's my Rookie of the Year candidate. Next, we got MVP. Honestly, I'd see a lot of stuff talking about LeBron James for MVP, and honestly, it does make me question what people are watching. If you're not having Joel Embiid as your MVP at the moment, I don't know what you're doing. At 7 foot, 280 pounds, he is just playing incredibly. He's averaging 30 points per game for the season, 11.3 rebounds, 3.2 assists. He's just playing fantastic, and he's only 26 as well, so he is quite a young guy. Honestly, he's been playing absolutely phenomenally. I think it was yesterday, I forget who they were playing, but he did the Harden step back. And honestly, if he can start consistently shooting like that and have the footwork to do that as well, at 7 foot, 280 pounds, mate, honestly, the sky's the limit for him. I think he could become an all-star great center, all-time great center, sorry. But honestly, if he's not your MVP, I don't know what you're watching, because he has been absolutely fantastic so far. Next, I'll probably talk about Defensive Player of the Year, honestly. So the top 2 candidates are Rudy Gobert and Ben Simmons. I've got Rudy Gobert. I am a huge Rudy Gobert fan. I do love how much hate he gets, because it shows you how many people actually watch him play. The effect he has on the game, whatever game he's playing, is just ridiculous. He completely changes the outcome of the game and completely changes what the opponents are doing. He's averaging 14 points per game, 14 rebounds, 1.3 assists. His blocks per game, I don't think they're being too great. I believe there are other centers in the game that are averaging more blocks than him. But we'll have a look here. This season he's only averaging 2.7. So there is room to improve there, but honestly, winning DPOY isn't all about blocks per game. When you watch a Jazz game, other than the clear shooting barrage that the Utah Jazz have been putting on so far, you could see how much he alters what the outcome of the game is going to be. Opposing coaches struggle to run a sort of offense around him without having a floor spacing center. Typically, small ball can sort of work against him, but even then, I've noticed this year he's really upped his perimeter game. Obviously, he's going to get beat by the smaller guys, but you'd watch him maybe a year or two ago, he would really struggle. Oh, he'd average more blocks, but he would really struggle against those perimeter players. But he has really stepped up there. So, although Ben Simmons is having a phenomenal defensive year, I think Rudy Gobert is my depoy. Next, we'll talk about Coach of the Year. I've got Quinn Snyder, another Jazz member. What he's doing to lead this team and the plays he's running, the way he's using Jordan Clarkson, the way he's surrounding Donovan Mitchell with Boogie, Jingles, the way he's playing Mike Conley. A team doesn't improve like that without a great coach. Especially they didn't make that many off-season trades. They made a couple smaller ones since last year, but a team just doesn't switch like that without good coaching and a good all-round effort. So yeah, Quinn Snyder's my Coach of the Year award as well. And while we're sticking with the Jazz, I've also got Jordan Clarkson as my sixth man. I honestly don't think there are any other candidates. I think he's just playing phenomenally. He's also really stepped up on defense, which is something he had been struggling a little bit in the past couple seasons. He's always been a pretty good scorer, but he had struggled, especially on interior defense. He's all right on ball on other guards, but he has always sort of struggled against those interior defensive plays as well. But he has really stepped up, which is really great to see. He's 6'4". He is a pretty oversized guard. Undersized, average-sized guard. He's averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's playing really great. He's had a couple 30-plus point games, all off the bench, which is fantastic. And I think besides... I think the reason the Jazz are playing so well is they're just clicking. They're just firing at all cylinders. You could say the reason they're playing well is they're shooting great from the field. You could say it's Rudy Gobert's defensive effort. But in my opinion, it's the effort of Jordan Clarkson off the bench. It really shows when you've got a team like the Jazz, they need to take breaks. And Jordan Clarkson can keep that offense running well when they're off. So, honestly, full props to him. He's my sixth man. Next, we've got Executive of the Year. I got Sam Presti for OKC. He should have got it last year. He didn't. But, honestly, what he's done with the OKC to get all those picks, they're going to be a fantastic team in the future. And he's also been able to keep Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is a fantastic player as well in his own right. So, yeah, that's my Executive of the Year. Most improved is a bit of a toss-up for me. Most people have Jeremy Grant. He's been playing fantastic as well. To see him, he is single-handedly taking the Pistons on. They've actually got an all-right record, and it's all thanks to him, really. He's just been playing fantastic. And all the props to him, honestly. But I've also got a bit of a toss-up between him and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has progressively each season been getting better and better. Sorry about my voice. I feel a little bit sick today with my nose. But Jaylen Brown has each season, if you look at his season stats, I think his first season he was averaging 12. Second season went up to 15. Third season there was a big leap. Fourth season he slowed down a bit. That was last season. And then now he's gone up to averaging 25, 4, and 5, which is 0.2 less than Jason Tatum, 0.4 less assists than Tatum, and 2 rebounds less than Tatum. So, honestly, he's playing fantastic. But Jeremy Grant probably leading. I'm going to lead to Jaylen Brown just for I do have a bit of bias just for him being a Celtic player and personally my favourite player. Jeremy Grant's averaging 23.4, 5.3 and 2.9. So he's playing really great as well. So honestly, if I have to pick, I'm going with Jaylen Brown, but I understand completely people that pick Jeremy Grant. Sportsmanship Award, Steven Adams. Don't think I really need to explain that one too much. Just a great guy on and off the court. He's always looking out for his opponents as well, and it's not just his own teammates. I am still a firm believer that we will see him in a Celtics jersey at some point in his career. I really hope so. He's one of my favourite players as well. But I think those are all the... Oh, and Finals MVP. Finals MVP being the last award. Probably the hardest one to predict besides All-Star MVP. But honestly, Finals MVP, I'm hoping Celtics will make the Finals. I also think Jazz are going to make the Finals, but both of those are pretty bold predictions. If we're going the most realistic, probably LeBron or Kevin Durant, but my personal pick is Jason Tatum for Finals MVP, but that's just a bit more of a fantasy than a realistic prediction, in all honesty. But those are my NBA award predictions. I am actually looking forward to this All-Star game. The format that they changed last season for Kobe Bryant I think it was really well done, and they are keeping that 24 points. They are keeping that in Kobe's name. I'm not sure if they're going to continue that after this season. They never specified. I remember when the news came out, they said they would continue the 24-point total to remember Kobe Bryant for this season. They never specified if they're going to continue it for the rest of the All-Star games in the future. However, I hope they do. I think it's a good enough number. They have not released what charities they're going to be donating the money to. I forget how much it was. I think it's $25,000 or it could be $100,000. I'm not quite sure how much they would donate to the charity. It is quite a lot of money, but you do see the players get around it more. The All-Star game was getting a little bit boring and old, you know. They're with the highlights, as you're watching now, the highlights are pretty good, but, you know, you'd get to the last couple minutes, you know, no one would play defense. So, at least with these All-Star games, people that are good defensively have a role in the All-Star game, which if you're a 3-and-D player who's an All-Star, you don't really have that much of a role. So, it's good to see that. I think it's a good change by the league. But I am excited to watch it. As for the 3-point contest, dunk contest, skills test, and Rising Stars, not sure which ones they are and not running. I do believe they're running all of them except the Rising Stars. But I heard somewhere that Jason Tatum wants to do the 3-point contest. I hope he does. If he does do that, 100% behind him there. Zion's still unconfirmed on the dunk contest. I hope he does it as well. He'll be able to do some phenomenal dunks in there and really spice it up. Seen someone that massive, seen him be able to body Tice a couple days ago. That was fantastic. So I am excited to see him in there as well. Other than that, though, those are my NBA award predictions. If you disagree with me at all, chuck it in the comments. I'll try and reply to you. But yeah, thanks for watching.
And here's Wall working the point. Beautiful pass. LeBron James with the finish. John Wall.